Comedy anime is like getting a haircut from your friend. It could either be a nice glow up or an utter disaster that makes you go back to school looking bald. Sometimes it can be absolutely hilarious, but a lot of the time it's just good, but not good enough to really make me laugh. But then again, humor is very subjective, so the things I might find funny may not be the same to you, which is completely normal. But out of all the comedies I've seen, there is one that really sticks out. One that is by far the most over-the-top thing ever, and that is asobase. Now you might be wondering, well, why? It looks like an ordinary high school slice of life anime with cute anime girls. And believe me, that is what I thought too. You see, this anime likes to hide what it's truly about. When you look at the promotional posters and even the opening, everything seems normal, until you watch the first 2 minutes of the first episode where one character gets slapped in the face out of nowhere, literally clickbaiting you like another anime you might know of. It doesn't take long for you to realize what this show is about. The comedy is over the top and weird at times. It might not be everyone's cup of tea, but I personally find it very hilarious. I've never come across an anime as unhinged as this, and the animation really capitalizes on that. One scene the visuals look like an ordinary slice of life anime, then the next thing you know they zoom into the characters' faces with a ton of detail looking like it was produced by a horror movie studio. It really makes the scenes feel more alive, and it doesn't feel like I see that enough in this genre. If you guys know any similar shows, let me know in the comments. Now let's talk about the characters, because the trio is really the highlight of the anime. The three main characters are Hanako, Olivia, and Kazumi. Hanako is by far the most energetic and hyper out of the three. Her screams are insane. I don't even think the word scream is the right word. Those be literal screeches. She be sounding like a whole dinosaur. The voice actor that played her did an amazing job. It really sounded like she had a fun time playing the role, and Hanako ended up being my favorite character in the show. But it's not like she takes up all the spotlight. Olivia is great too. She's a bit more on the mischievous side. You see, Olivia doesn't come from a Japanese heritage. She has blonde hair and blue eyes, so her classmates think she can understand and speak English perfectly, which is not the case at all. Yeah, her family isn't from Japan, but she was born and raised here, and can only speak fluent Japanese, not a lick of English. Yet she acts like she knows English and pretends to suck at Japanese in class. It's dumb, but also funny, since they always go up to Olivia asking for help on English when she doesn't know a damn thing. Kazumi is a quiet girl. She's shy and introverted, but becomes friends with Hanako and Olivia, and that's when she becomes more open and shows her rather true self, like being obsessed with yaoi and even writes her own fanfics but is afraid of real men. By the way, these girls go to an all-girls school, so she pretty much doesn't interact with guys her age. These three pretty much do a bunch of random goofy stuff in the Pastimers Club. They usually play sorts of games or even have random encounters with people. For example, like playing a game and whoever loses has to smell the winner's armpit. Or taking care of a baby as it gropes Kazumi's boobs. Yes, you heard, and it acts like a literal grown man. Like, what the hell? Some of these scenes are absolutely random. One of the most unhinged moments in my opinion was when the girls were playing around in a kiddie pool in the club room. Very odd, I know. But water from the pool spreads to the hallway at the same time their teacher's walking. They didn't want him to see them in swimsuits, so Hanako said Olivia peed herself. And when they thought he would walk away, he gets down and licks the water to see if it's actually pee. Then he said, I licked it and it didn't taste like pee, which was like the most unexpected thing ever. And what's crazier is that the teacher seemed disappointed that it was just water. See, this is the type of unhinged comedy I like. I love how Asobase's comedy is so over the top. It's not trying to be a super compelling story. It lets you know what it's about and keeps it pushing. It knows it's silly and that some of the stuff that happens doesn't really make sense. Like when Hanako mentions her servant, he pops up every literal second somehow. Imagine a grown man appearing out of nowhere in a club full of middle schoolers. I know that sounds a bit weird, but trust me, he's not like that. When I think of an anime that's the complete opposite of asobase, I think of Nichijou. They're both school comedies, yeah, but Nichijou's comedy is a lot more lighthearted, and not to mention there's a lot more characters that are shown. It's very silly, and the comedy never gets dark. Even the art style is still pretty much cutesy soft during its extreme moments. I think they're great examples of comedy anime in the same setting yet being opposites at the same time. Nichijou can be pretty funny, but I think because it isn't as unhinged and crazy, it isn't as funny as asobase. I love the pure insanity of it all. It's the sort of stuff I find funny, even if it can be kinda weird at times. Like when Hanako and Kazumi meet Olivia's brother, and the two think he must be quite the guy since Olivia loves him so much. Hanako literally even thought about having kids with him, but hey, she don't know better. But once they meet her brother, he looks like the #1 Discord mod on the planet, and has this obsession with middle school girls. But what makes it insane is he gets Hanako's number and sends her a charming message later that day talking about how if there's anything you need, you can talk to him, and she thought it was cool! This anime can get very weird, but I love it because it's hilarious. I've never seen a comedy anime this unhinged before. And with this show looking like a nice sweet anime until you start watching it is perfect because it adds to the shock value. I mean hell, the ending song is a metal song that is such a banger. It's one of my favorite anime ending songs of all time, and most of the time I skip endings, so that says something. Or maybe I love metal too much. In conclusion, this anime is not for everyone. You might find the craziness and the over-the-top stuff boring and cringe, but that's okay. Comedy is subjective. But if this is your cup of tea, I highly recommend giving this a watch. It might make you laugh, but I'ma get up out of here. Thank you for watching. If you've made it till the end, thank you for sticking around. I wanted this video to be more of a funny, lighthearted video compared to the more serious videos I've made in the past. Just trying to change things up a bit. If you have any comedy recommendations, comments, thoughts, or anything, let me know. I read every comment and reply to some too. But anyways, keep watching anime, subscribe if you want to see more, and Adachi out.